Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to get started using Scratch. Scratch is a really awesome online program that allows you to make things like games or animations, and you can do it all by using block-based coding, which is really fantastic. So let's check out how to do it.
Mr. Jack, that's me. Teaches you stuff. Hi, okay, so let's check out Scratch. I've logged into Scratch. Here's the website, scratch.mit.edu. And you're gonna have to log in, so you'll have to make an account, but I've already done that. You can see I'm logged in. You'll probably see something saying sign up or log in to get started. Okay, so let's hit the create button and start a new project. So what I want to do in this video, and again, Scratch can do so many things, but we're going to start off with a basic project. We're going to make our name and make it kind of animated. So just sort of learning some basics of animation. Every Scratch project comes with a little cat there. I don't know what his name is. He's probably got some kind of specific name. We're not going to need him, so we're going to trash him. See you later. So what we need for this is we're going to need 4 sprites. Sprites are kind of like almost like objects or characters or whatever. So we're going to need 4 of these for my name, because my name has 4 letters in it. You'll need 1 for each letter in your name. So I'll show you what we're going to do. You can hit choose a sprite and then pick one of the pre-made ones if you are doing that kind of an animation. But in my case, I'm going to hit paint. And it lets me draw my own sprite, but basically all I want is just the letter J to make it nice and big, not reversed. There we go. That's maybe a little too big. Let's go about that size. And I'm going to change the font as well. I want to use curly. That looks pretty cool. There we go. So that's a J. And I'm done. Click on code to go back here. And now you can see I've got a J on my scene, or stage this is called. And I can also click on here and name the sprite. Let's call it J. Now I need the other letters, so the easiest way to do this for the rest of my name is to right click, duplicate, 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 and then go into these by clicking on it and then selecting costumes up here. So now I'm editing this. I'm going to call this one, change this one to an A, and let's name it A. And same thing for the others. C, C, K, K. Cool. Go back to code. Great. So now you can see I've got 4 sprites: J, A, C, K. They're named correctly, and I can lay them out in order here as well. Cool, there's my name. Looking great. You'll obviously play around with, you'll have different letters for your name, and you might need to make them a bit smaller if you've got a longer name than me. Okay, so let's start to animate these. So Scratch allows you to use these block coding to change properties about your different sprites. Okay, so you can make them do different things. I've got heaps and heaps of options here. We're not going to use all of these. You can experiment with them later. But basically, we're going to mostly just use the motion, the looks, and the events. Okay? So let's start with J. Let's make J do some things. I want J to change color, like loop through the colors, kind of like an RGB light that cycles through the rainbow, right? Let's do that. So I'm going to click on J. J is selected. You can see that it's selected in the sprites area here. And this big space is for me to put code for it. So to start with, we need to start with events. This is probably one of the most commonly used things for all of Scratch. This says when the flag is clicked, and then it will do all the other things. So what is the flag? That's this button right here. That's kind of like the go button or the start button. So when you click this, your program starts to run. Whether it's a game or an animation, it begins. Okay, so that means that once you click that start button, anything that's attached here is gonna start happening. Okay, so let's give it some things to do. So when that's clicked, I would like the looks to change. I'm gonna go to looks, And I'm gonna pick this one, change color effect by 25. That sounds pretty good. So when I click that, the color is gonna change by 25. Don't worry too much about this number. That's just meaning like how much the color changes. If you put it a little bit, if you put a small number, it'll go like red to pink, pink to purple, purple to blue. And if you put a bigger number, it'll just skip complete colors rather than kind of fading through. So let's try it. Click go. And the color did change, but I guess it only really did it once, and that's not exactly what I want. So I'm going to detach this for a moment. I want it to keep changing constantly, right? Every second or so it changes to a new color. So we can do that by going into control and getting a loop. So this is a forever loop. And the forever loop means that anything that is inside here will keep happening over and over and over. Once it does it, it'll go back and do it again. And it'll follow the order of whatever is in there as well. I need one other thing though. I'm gonna put a wait in. So let's read this out in plain language to see if we can understand it. So when the flag is clicked, it will change the color by 25. It'll wait for 1 second, and then it'll loop back to the start, change the color again, wait a second. Change the color again, wait a second, over and over and over and over, forever. Let's see if it works. And you can see there that my J is cycling through all the different colors gradually. Pretty cool. Actually, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna make it wait less time. I'm gonna go for like 0.1 seconds. Tiny little wait. And I'm only gonna change by like 2. So hopefully this is like a fade kind of color change. Cycling through the rainbow, it is. Cool, look, this is like an RGB kind of thing. So that's really cool. All right, sweet, I'm done for J. That's all I wanna do. Let's try something different for A. Okay, so for A, when the flag is clicked, I want A to just spin around in a circle. I wanna just keep spinning around and around and around. So let's try that out. So for that, we're gonna go to motion. So we want it to spin, we need motion. Turn, you can see there's this turn one here, turn a certain amount of degrees. You know there's 360 degrees in a full circle. So 360 would be a full turn, it would look exactly the same. 180 would be a half turn, so it would look upside down, and whatever number in between. I also need a loop because I want it to go forever. So let's grab the forever tool. Let's put this in. And I also need a wait. Where is wait? There it is. Same thing, let's go for 0.1 seconds. And every 0.1 seconds, it can move like 5 degrees. That should be like a slow spin around in a circle. Let's see what happens. Okay. That's not really what I expected. I'm guessing the reason for that is it seems to be rotating around a point here. I was hoping it would rotate around the middle, but it's not. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that, but I think I might be able to figure it out. Let's see, let's get it back around to the start and then we'll stop it. Close enough. So if I click on A, go to costumes, yes. See there's this little tiny arrow thing down there, little reference point. So that's kind of indicating the middle point of the icon. So I'm gonna move the A right above that. I probably should have done that for every letter, but I didn't. Too late now. I mean, I suppose I could go and do it. So let's try now. So it should now be rotating around that middle point. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Now we got A animated. All right, well, I'm gonna skip ahead and animate the rest of my letters and I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, just dropping in to say something that I've noticed as I'm doing it is if you just go ahead and have when clicked and it does a bunch of stuff, you'll notice that when you click stop, it stays however it was, and then when you restart, it continues from there. So I've had this problem where I'm trying to make my C get bigger and smaller, But if I stop it, then the C is already big, and then it continues to get bigger, and eventually it gets out of control. So a good idea is to grab the one that's called, in this case, set size to 100%. I'm gonna put that in at the start. So whenever I click the flag, it's gonna kind of reset it back to 100% and then go into the loop. So we'll see how that works. So every time I stop, it doesn't matter how big this C is, because when I click on the flag again, it's gonna go back to 100% and start again. For each different letter, depending on the animation you're doing, you might instead need, for example, reset it by going back to a position or whatever it is. Okay, so I'm done. I've given each letter a unique kind of thing to do. By the way, you can, if you want to watch it full screen, you can hit that full screen button. So here we go. Each of my letters is doing something different. This one's cycling colors. This one's spinning around. This one's growing and shrinking and also changing colors. I copied the color change to this. And then my K is just moving side to side. So that's looking pretty cool. So you could try whatever kind of things. And don't forget, the last thing you might want to add is you might want to put a backdrop in. So for the backdrops, like a background, click on that. There's a bunch of ones that are already here. And you can pick whichever one you think looks cool. Okay, that's pretty much it. Good luck, guys.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning how to use Scratch. See ya.